Can you really separate an artist as a person from the music? Now, the reason I ask that is because with the recent case of Diddy and Cassie, it's pushed a lot of people to say they don't like him as a person, but they love the music that he was a part of and everything that was released through Bad Boy. And even with the whole case that happened with R. Kelly, Mystical, and even with the down south rapper from Texas that had his peak in the late 90s and early 2000s by the name of South Park Mexican, it has pushed so many fans in different directions. There was one side where people believed it, there was another side where people didn't believe it, but then there was people in the middle that said they didn't care about that artist as a person, they just loved the music and they weren't gonna stop listening to the music. So it gets real tricky because some people listen to music and they might have memories tied to it, they might have certain experiences tied to it, or they just like the vibe from the music. And when certain artists have a certain sound and you don't hear that sound coming from any other artist, it's hard to duplicate that with anything else that you hear. So I can understand when people say they're not gonna stop listening to the music. But when it comes to artists, people either feel like they need to see the proof for themselves, and then you have certain situations like with the artist that I named South Park Mexican. He's a rapper and record label owner from Houston, and from back then even all the way up till now, his fan base is still very strong. His fan base is so solid that when he drops music, when he drops merch, when they have concerts and giveaways and all kinds of things like that, his fans come through for him and his label and everyone that's affiliated. And from what I've seen and what I've gathered, majority of his fans feel like his case was so fucked up and he was done wrong that they really feel like he's innocent. And he's even stated in interviews that when he gets out, he has every single document and all kinds of other things that would show his innocence that was kept out of court, and they've been revealing little things here and there, but it's kept majority of his fans on his side. But then, like I said, you have people that said they don't care about him as a person, they just like the music. I know there's a long list of artists, not just in hip-hop. We can go into rock and roll, we can go into country, we can go into almost every genre of music, and there's people out there that did some kind of fucked up crimes that you would think and assume that it would have ended their careers, but it rarely did. So I just really feel like it's crazy. You know, whenever I look into the top artists that have been convicted of these crimes and these type of charges, and seeing how it just puts the fans in one of those three spots, it just brought up that main question that I asked. Can you really separate an artist as a person from the music? But y'all let me know what you think about that. Drop it in the comments.